Hey guys, I'm back with another candle review, and this time around it's for the 14.5 ounce 3-wick Under the Christmas Tree candle from Bath & Body Works. As we see here, it does have the full wraparound label with the cutouts for a luminary style. It also has a gold brushed lid, and it has a beautiful green color for the wax as we see here. This is part of the This Just In collection that I believe is supposed to be slated for release for Black Friday week, so you can expect it to see then. The notes on this read: fir balsam, juniper berries, vanilla eggnog, and sage leaves. So when I smelled this one on cold, I really thought it was going to be similar or pretty much a repackage of vanilla balsam, but as you saw in my haul video, I soon realized that there was quite a bit of difference between these two, and now that I've burned it for I want to say about 5 times, I feel like I can describe the scent a little bit better in this review. So what you get most is that similar balsam fragrance that you get from their fresh balsam fragrance, but it's toned down quite a bit, so it's not quite as sharp or sweet or crisp. It's muddied with, it's a quite complex candle. I feel like there's maybe like one too many notes in here that make it a little bit too, I don't know, just like a jumble of fragrances, but I kind of don't mind that, to be honest. But you get that fresh balsam, sharp balsam fragrance in there, and I really like that because it is one of my favorite pine tree type of Christmas tree fragrances, is that fresh balsam fragrance from Bath & Body Works. So you get that in there first, and then you get a vanilla fragrance, and so that's why basically vanilla balsam is fresh balsam mixed with a vanilla fragrance. But this one, yeah, the fresh balsam is still stronger, and it's more of a cool vanilla in the similar way of like a fresh balsam ice cream, as I say. It's more of a cool, crisp vanilla mixed with even a more crisp fresh balsam fragrance, whereas this one is more diluted in that fresh balsam fragrance, but it's still there. But the vanilla in this, I can actually kind of get on board with it being a vanilla eggnog fragrance. There is a certain buttery creaminess to it. There's actually a thick, like, noggy vanilla to it that it is like eggnog. There's a thickness to it. It's kind of gooey and more buttery and warm than the vanilla that shows up in vanilla balsam, so that's why I don't think they're repackages. And so that is the way the vanilla translates in there. It's very thick, it's ooey gooey, and I even brought out my butter rum eggnog fragrance here just for comparison. Yeah, it's not like straight up eggnog like this is, but a similar kind of thick, ooey gooey vanilla consistency that's kind of buttery and more warm than that cool vanilla I was talking about in vanilla balsam. So you get that fresh balsam, way more diluted than it is in vanilla balsam or fresh balsam, mixed with a buttery vanilla fragrance. And then you get a kind of herbal kick to it that is similar to the vanilla sage fragrance, but I feel like this one's even more of a kick, where I was saying in my haul video, the sage fragrance is a little bit more savory. It smells like a herb or like a baking spice or was cooking with sage in a dish. It's quite prominent, whereas yeah, they're all like similar like fragrance family, and I love the vanilla sage, vanilla balsam type of fragrance category, so I really enjoy the Under the Christmas Tree as well. But yeah, this one has a similar sage type of herbalness to it, but still not quite the same. The vanilla is still not same in this. This one's a little bit more cool and sharp, whereas Under the Christmas Tree still has a distinctly warm, buttery fragrance to it that I was talking about with the eggnog. And then there are a little bit of comparisons to be made with balsam and birch right here. In this, I believe it also got repackaged as white balsam and vanilla, but I didn't buy that one because that was an online exclusive. But this one, it's not a repackage of this. This is so much more Marshmallow Fireside heavy, where if you smell this one, it smells like Marshmallow Fireside with a slight woodsy note, and this is so much stronger on that Marshmallow Fireside smoking component with just a little bit of a, I guess, quote-unquote woodsy birch fragrance. But this one's not sharp or crisp in the way that fresh balsam has that sharp, crisp sort of pine needle sap fragrance to it. This one lacks that, where this one's way more just that Marshmallow Fireside type of fragrance is what I get from it. And the vanilla in this is still a little bit more creamy and a quote-unquote eggnoggy, whereas this is more just like Marshmallow Fireside's toasted marshmallow type of component to it, is what I get from it. So I don't think it's a repackage of this, but a similar type of like woodsy plus marshmallow vanilla fragrance. But this one is distinctly more warm than the vanilla balsam is, so it does kind of lean in terms of the way that this is woodsy plus like a warm vanilla. So that's my long-winded comparison of describing what Under the Christmas Tree is, but I like it. It's like this, yeah, it's like you get a little bit of fresh balsam, but it's stripped down, and that gets mixed with like this herbal sage note, so it makes it sort of crisp, but in a different kind of way, and then you get that warmth from that buttery vanilla quote-unquote eggnog type of feel that gives this very creamy warmth to it. And it's quite, I don't know, neat or intriguing. It is still similar, a little too similar to Vanilla Balsam, that it does seem redundant, to be honest. And I think I still like this so much more. This is so gorgeous and beautiful, and just like the coolness of that vanilla mixed with that cool, crisp, stronger, fresh balsam note is what I enjoy in this. But if you want a twist of Vanilla Balsam and just wanted something that was maybe a little bit more warm, then I guess you could get Under the Christmas Tree. The main takeaways being that this vanilla is warmer and more buttery. There's a more prominent sage note, and the balsam fragrance isn't as strong. It says juniper berries in there. I don't really pick that up. I mainly get the sage, the balsam, and the vanilla quote-unquote eggnog is what I get from it. But yeah, it's sort of neat. It's a little weird, and I feel like maybe it's a little like jumbled, but I don't know, I kind of appreciate that there is a weird like concept behind it of, I guess, going under the Christmas tree and drinking vanilla eggnog or whatever. But yeah, it's kind of fun, and I kind of dig it. It's like just a subtle like tweak to Vanilla Balsam that is a little bit more different and quirky, and I do like it while I'm burning it. So that is what Under the Christmas Tree smelled like right here. Moving on to the performance, oh my gosh, this one I've burned for 5 times now, and it is so insanely sooty. I want to say every single candle in this collection is like insanely overwicked and puts up so much soot, just like beyond soot. Just literally soot's like no one's business, even more so than the Mary Madeline cookie, which that one was very sooty too. But this one I would trim to what I would think would be small little nubs, and just the moment you light it, just huge massive flames that would just be dancing viciously, and just a constant stream of smoke that I simply couldn't control. It was quite hot and dangerous. It just sooted very much. So please trim the wicks on these. They do make small little mushroom tops. Actually, sometimes they'll be big, sometimes they'll be small, just on how much you trim it, but you should still trim whatever mushroom top is on there. I trimmed these so generously, and they still soot like no one's business. Just like this one burns so immensely hot. I just am appalled at how much soot comes off of it. I kind of don't like burning it because it does soot so much, but that is how the candle burns. Of course, it pulls out no problem because it does burn so immensely hot. I'm thinking maybe they're overwicking it to compensate for the dark wax color, but also so it doesn't dud out in the mid-range point when there's less oxygen in the vessel. Moving on to the actual throw, this one was strong in a smaller bedroom, enclosed office space as well. If it's in a smaller, more enclosed room, it is more so like a good 7 to a 7.5. It was strong, I could smell it. It was always present in the room, so I really enjoyed it when it was in a small room. It did get lost in a more open concept area, such as this with high ceilings. I would say it was no more than like a 4.5 to a 5, so just a medium when it's in an open concept area. I could still smell it, and that beautiful buttery fragrance still sort of like, you know, moved around the room. But once again, it's not as strong as like some of your hard-hitting like pumpkin pecan waffles or summer boardwalk. More just at a medium, and then more into a medium high when you put it in a smaller bedroom. So I could still smell it, and I still really enjoyed the fragrance, so it was good to go there. Overall, I would recommend this if you enjoy something like Vanilla Balsam, but wanted a slight tweak on it. So you're getting a Christmas tree fragrance that still has, you know, more softer or warmer notes that sort of tone down that harshness of that Christmas tree fragrance. I think you'll enjoy this one. I kind of dig it. It's just sort of weird or unique in the way that there's like this weird buttery vanilla fragrance mixed with a little bit of sage and a balsam note. And I really enjoy their fresh balsam fragrance. So I kind of like enjoy every single variation that exists of that balsam fragrance. So I do like it. It is kind of weird. I would recommend it if you do enjoy fragrances like Vanilla Balsam. I would almost consider repurchasing this one. I just think because Vanilla Balsam will probably most likely continue to come out every year, that I don't know if they'll see the need to keep releasing Under the Christmas Tree alongside it. That I'm not sure this is one that's going to return again after this year, just because it is a little bit different or weird, but I still enjoy it. Yeah, so I would consider repurchasing this one, and if I went back in time, would I have still purchased it? Absolutely. I think initially it's very easy to write this off as a Vanilla Balsam repackage, but does offer a little bit more of a different experience that I do enjoy on its own. So that was my review for the Bath & Body Works Under the Christmas Tree. Let me know your thoughts on this fragrance down below. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.